Welcome to this video on the topic of percentages. In this video, we're going to define what a percentage is, and then we're going to have a look at how we can convert some fractions over to percentages. Now, firstly, what is a percentage? Well, one definition that I could come up for a percentage is that a percentage is a score that rates a portion of something to its whole. What does that mean? Well, imagine that if you had a glass of water and it was half full, what you might say by just habit is you might say that there's 50% of the water inside the glass, or the glass is 50% full. Or perhaps you might say that when you flip a coin, 50% of the time you expect it to land on heads. So a percentage is simply a score that describes a portion of a whole. Now, let's have a look at how we can convert percentages, or how we can convert fractions to percentages. And it's actually a really simple process. What we got to do is we have, say in example 1 over 2. What we can do is we bring up our calculator, and what we're going to do is we're going to type half into our calculator, or 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 equals, then I'll press the FD or the SD button on your calculator, and it will come up as 0.5. So I'm going to get that decimal there, and I'll write 0.5. Now, next step is I'm going to go times 100, and then put a percentage at the back of it. Now, my final step is bringing the calculator back up. I'm going to go times 100, and therefore we get 50%. So to convert a fraction to a decimal, we simply put the fraction in our calculator to change it into a decimal, then we multiply it by 100% and we stick this percentage sign at the very end. Percentage sign is very important because what it represents is it's not the number 50, but rather it's 50%. Alright, now example 2. We'll convert 3 over 5 into a percentage. So once again, we'll bring up the calculator and we'll type 3 over 5. Execute, it'll give us a fraction. We change it using our FD or SD button, 0.6, and then times it by 100. So 0.6 times 100 is 60%. Notice how on the top line here, I'm putting the percentage in. The reason I'm putting this symbol in is because I'm multiplying it by the 100 over here. So even though it doesn't say 60% until this line here, because the 100's gone in the picture, we put the percentage sign in. Now let's have a go at 3 over 4. If we do this one in our head, we know 3 over 4 is going to come out as 0.75. Multiply the 100, put in the percent, and therefore what we're going to find is it will come out as 75%. Now, example 4, this is where things get a little bit different. Notice that we've got an improper fraction here. So what we're going to expect is something above the value of 1. Now, if we put it in the calculator, 5 over 4, we're going to get 1.25. So, right, in brackets, 1.25 times 100%, and that's equal to 125%. So, interestingly enough, what we find from these examples here is it's possible to get a percentage that is between 0 and 100, as well as get a percentage that is over 100. So in this video, we set out to define a definition of what a percentage actually is, and then we had a look at how we could convert fractions over to percentages.